Mike Moore Media.
Hello, everybody. Diane Sawyer here with the Reidsville Chamber of Commerce. Very excited on our podcast today to have with me Summer Woodard with the City of Reidsville.
Thank you so much, Diane, for the opportunity to jump on this podcast with you. I certainly appreciate you, and all that the Chamber of Commerce does for the City of Reidsville. We're very lucky to have each of you.
Yes, ma'am. We are so thankful for this amazing partnership that we have been building for years, and that you and I are being able to forge forward and continue. And we have been up to some exciting stuff this year.
We certainly have.
Yeah, we have. And so I know that we're here to talk about our finale of our series. So Place Your Bet on Reidsville was something that kind of came out of the Chamber and the Economic Development team at City Hall, and then we kind of grew it into like a thing. And we've been able to have this wonderful partnership and this group of folks meeting. So let's do a little recap. Tell us about our first event and sort of what we did there, and then we'll go into the second, and then we can talk about the finale and what people can expect.
That sounds great, and I certainly want to give a shout-out to you and your leadership, all of the individuals that work through the Chamber to make this partnership with this series we've been doing. Also a shout-out to some other individuals. Would certainly like to thank Rockingham Community College and their staff that have worked diligently on putting this series together with us. Also would like to give a personal shout-out to Eden Combs, who's went above and beyond to work with us on this, and also Steve Scott, who with Tri-State Steel, who's done a fabulous job working with us on this promotion of the series. And then, of course, I'd like to thank Rockingham County and Lee Cochran and her team for assisting us with this. So it's been very exciting. I think this is a great showcase of how true partnerships can come together and make a really cool event and series for our community. The first series was a panel discussion. We started this first series back in May of this year. We had it at the Penthouse with all those partners I listed a moment ago. And Diane, if you want, I'll let you talk about some of our guest speakers that we were able to get into that first series and do our roundtable discussion with.
Absolutely. And we had a wonderful panel. It was made up of different folks here in the community. We were looking for some diversity around business owners and around the ability to speak about how to start a business or how their, time in Reidsville had been. So going around the table, we have Victoria Ellis, who is the owner of the Crave Nutrition Club and also the leader of many of the local clubs around here. She's somebody who chose Reidsville and, is not from here but has made it her home and has had a very successful business here. We also had Mickey Tingen with Domino's, and he owns multiple stores in the area. And, again, he has had lots of success, and he was able to discuss how going from one location in Reidsville to another location in Reidsville, how that worked and how remodeling a building and kind of addressing the issues that we have around inventory, which is something that's a kind of a crisis here for us in Reidsville. We also had Tom Holderby, who, as most people would know, they're associated with the apartments and the, just major changes that are coming. I believe I don't remember, is it 70 units or is it 170 units? I get that mixed up.
It's almost close to 170.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was 170 units that he's adding here in Reidsville, and which is going to be huge because, again, housing inventory, both houses and commercial, is a big deal for us right now. So he was able to. Summer was wonderful and sat on our panel along with your city councilwoman, Barbara DeJournette, who also has Pelham Transportation as a business. And so she was able to talk about, again, somebody who's a world traveler who opened a business in Pelham and moved it to Reidsville, converted an upstairs apartment, so is one of those that lives downtown. We had Mac Williams, who is serving as the interim economic development director, but also leading the charge for Reidsville to find our next economic development director and bringing the plan forward for how that's going to look in the future. So we were very excited to have him as well. And I know that I am missing somebody as I'm going around the table in my head, and I'm sure I will think of it in a minute, but it was a really great day to hear how all of the different people had come, either, if they were a local or somebody that had chosen Reidsville, and just kind of how that experience went for them. And just so thankful to have those folks to talk. And there was a lot of buzz, and it led us to our second piece of the series, which we had at the Country Club in June. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. And, going back to our first series, that, again, going on partnerships and hearing the stories of some of our individuals who have chosen to live and work here in Reidsville was very incredible. And I think that first series set the stage as well, because we were also able to utilize some of our outside resources, such as the city of Danville with Lee Vogler, and hearing his take on some of the economic developments that the city of Danville is seeing, and then some of the things that he can see, or he is seeing as well, with the city of Reidsville. And to give a shout out to you as well, Diane, you did a wonderful job being the person who, our moderator, shout out to you. But again, just to capitalize on that first series, I think it really set the stage for the second series, which we had at the Penrose Country Club, and that was more looking at the data and what it means for individuals who are looking to live in Reidsville, work in Reidsville, have adventures in Reidsville. I thought it was a great event to be able to showcase this, where we brought in Eden Combs with Realty One, and I know she's a great chamber champion, along with a great steward with the city of Reidsville, to talk about her experience in going into the real estate market here and starting a family here. And then also to piggyback off of Steve Scott, who's absolutely a delight to hear speak, to talk to. He is a great mentor, to hear his business story and his home here in the city of Reidsville and the decades that his business has been here with Tri-State Steel. I thought that was a good way to kind of kick off that second series, is to hear the stories of a couple individuals and what they saw as positives here and some challenges that they were able to overcome, both as a resident and then also as a business owner. I think, also the second part of that series that we did, I thought it was phenomenal to be able to tie in our Rockingham County Small Business Department with Jennifer Lester and Randy Hunt with Rockingham Community College, because all the services that are available for any entrepreneur, any small business that is looking to open a business here in the city of Reidsville or Rockingham County, use them, both of those departments, as a resource. I thought that was a great way to showcase some of the resources available for anyone that's even interested in opening a business, or to get advice on an existing business that they have. And then, the kind of the final part to that was some of the data, and I'd encourage all of our listeners to check it out. I know, Diane, you guys have promoted that on the Chamber website. A shout out to Roy Sawyer, who was able to video all of these. So if all of our listeners go back, check out our videos so you can see exactly what we were showcasing, because I think it will give you a great idea for what we're anticipating with our third event. Because part of what we talked about with the data in the second event, you can find that all online, and just the importance of trying to capitalize on the growth that the city of Reidsville is seeing and is projected to see based on our close proximity to Greensboro, Burlington, Raleigh, Danville. I mean, all of our locations, we are poised for development and we're poised to grow, and we just want to encourage everyone to get in on that opportunity. So I thought our second series did a great job in not only showcasing stories, providing resources available for anyone interested in a business, and then giving some data on what are some needs of our business community that the Main Street program through the North Carolina Department of Commerce that they've identified.
Yes, absolutely. I think that truly what we're doing is we're poised for growth, which is the whole idea behind cash your chips in, place your bet on Reidsville. Lee Vogler was instrumental in helping us kind of bridge that gap from us to Danville on multiple things and multiple projects. But we are poised for growth, and we're not being secretive about, here we are. Here's the chamber, here's the city, here are some folks that can help you. Let's meet in the same space, in the same room, and talk about what does it take, what do you have, what do I have, how can we work together to help this community grow, for people to realize their dreams, to make things happen. It's been so cool to watch, and I cannot wait to see what will come out of all of this.
And I couldn't agree more. I think, it goes back to Team Reidsville and showcasing those partnerships and saying, hey, we're here to help anyone that's interested grow. We want our community to continue to grow and thrive, because Reidsville is an incredible place to get to call home, and to be able to provide job opportunities, business opportunities, to where people can enjoy that here inside our city and not leave our city for those other amenities, I think has been crucial for this whole series, because we want everyone to be on Team Reidsville, and we want to give you all the knowledge and skill set that we have to be able to help you be successful and grow your business and your residents here.
Absolutely. So let's talk about, we're going to run out of time, and I don't want to do that before we talk about the third event and the finale. That is happening on Wednesday, September the 20th, from 5 to 8 p.m. in downtown Reidsville at the Reidsville Event Center. And this is our Vendor Expo and networking event. And we are so excited. Summer and I are going to give a recap and then kind of explain to people what we expect to come out of this event. But there will be some networking opportunities. There will be some vendors set up in all of the areas that we've been working with. So real estate, financial, business services. If you have questions, city staff are going to be available, the small business staff, the chamber staff, economic development staff. We are so excited to have all these folks there. And we're going to give people the opportunity to network and move through the groups and try to make connections. We've got people who have buildings, people who have land, and we're just trying to make the connections and partner people up together. So I think it is going to be a really phenomenal time. We've been so fortunate to have Rockingham Update record our sessions and put them out for people to see and hear and listen, put names and faces together. And I know that, Summer, we've heard, oh, I didn't get across the room to talk to that person. Well, this is the opportunity to do so.
Exactly. I could not agree more. And I think with the third event, it is focusing on those connections. Is that, this is our final event in this particular series to showcase, let's make those partnerships, let's make those connections to where you can have those tools in your toolbox to start a business here, to move your home here, to provide some amenities. So I think this will be crucial. And, we've heard a lot of individuals say, well, is there a charge to attend? How do I attend? No, we want anyone. If you just want to come learn, you come to this event. We ask anyone to come to this event. It's open to the public. The only thing we do ask is, I know, Diane, you can speak about this, is just to register. There's no charge to register. We just need a head count so we can make sure we have enough space available, and then also to make sure we have enough food and beverages available. So we encourage, this event is open to everyone that would like to learn how and why to place your bet on Reidsville.
Yes, and we are so excited to hear from all of the different folks who have the pieces. So it's kind of like a puzzle. We're going to be putting it together, but also networking. And yes, registration is going to be the most important thing. And you can find that on the Chamber's website under the event tab. Again, that is going to be on Wednesday, September the 20th. And we just need you to register, whether you're an attendee or whether you're planning to have a booth. And those are both eligible. And then we do kind of want people to understand and realize that we are putting this out there as a free service, a free event, and that we are not responsible for anything that comes out of this, but we're hoping it's going to be a lot of really great positive connections and for people to get to know each other.
I couldn't agree more. And Diane, thank you so much for your time today. Mike Moore Media, thank you for the opportunity to allow us to jump on this call together. So just thank you. And we certainly look forward to seeing anyone that's interested to come out to the final event in this series on Wednesday, September the 20th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Reidsville Event Center.
I couldn't have said it better. Thank you, Summer, for spending the time with me today. And I would say stay tuned for more from Team Reidsville.